Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of An Unlikely Friendship, the podcast. Today is episode 11, and we're going to talk about motivation today. Yeah.
Whoa.
God, Matt, could you sound any less enthusiastic?
Dude, I mean, I feel like all our starts are just really, really chill. Like no enthusiasm, but that's okay. Well, slowly
Hey,
work
I
on
feel
it.
like I sound pretty enthusiastic, except for when I'm like 2R0 viewers.
No, I'm pretty sure like you're not as enthusiastic as I think. I think like like when we edit, you can see when you're yelling. Those ones are I
Yeah.
think it's like enthusiastic. But yeah. Anyways,
Or when I
today we're
get
talking.
angry.
But today we're going to talk about motivation, and our first point is just money and happiness, or versus happiness, with regards to jobs, I guess. So, would you be willing to work a job if it gives you no happiness but a lot of money? Or like vice versa, would you be willing to work a job that makes you really happy but for like minimum wage? And yeah, like, what do you think? I mean, ideally, I think, wait, first, like everything, I think everyone wants like a happy middle, right? Where like you get paid like a nice amount and it's also something you love. But
Yeah,
like if you
life's
had
all
to
about
choose,
balance.
but if you had to choose,
Mm, I mean, do we have to talk about it in such extremes, like literally minimum wage and super happy versus like, tons of money and like zero happiness? I feel like that's very extreme. Like,
okay, fine.
I don't think I could do either of those.
Yeah, true. But like, but then it's like, where would you draw the line, right? Like,
Uh,
let's say you hate 3 days out of 5 days, and then those other 2 days are just kind of like, man, I guess I'm going to work. And I guess like we talked about it before, right? But when you were working in your co-op, you said like after a while, like you didn't really enjoy it. Like, why don't you think about that? Like you were getting paid fairly well, I would say, for a co-op. Would you just have continued working? Like,
that I would have been okay with. So, like, when I think of in terms of money versus happiness in this sense, I think it's like money's money. That's pretty straightforward. But happiness, I think that's just like whether or not you like the job and then like your work environment, your coworkers, all of those other factors that
mhm.
are everything else besides the money. And like at my co-op, I didn't, by the end of it, I didn't really like it. I didn't really enjoy myself there much at all. Like obviously it's not like completely garbage and I hated my whole time there, but
Mhm.
overall I didn't really like it. But for what I was getting paid, like I would have put up with that, I think. Although my goal is to find something where I actually enjoy what I'm doing, but not at the sacrifice of like, yeah, I'm not gonna do something I love if it's only gonna pay me like minimum wage because that's just not manageable. Um, but like for example, when I was working at a waitress where I saw you guys the most that summer, literally by the end of the summer, so I'd only been working there for like what 3 months or so when I just started hating going to work. Like I absolutely hated going to work, and that like working there made me realize like holy crap, no, I can't work a job where I actually hate it. You just spend so much of your life here, like how can you do it when you hate it so much? And yeah, no, I wanted to quit so badly, but somehow I ended up staying at that pub
Yeah.
working there until December.
But I mean, on the plus side, you got to see us more often.
I feel like you guys stopped visiting like mostly by the end of summer though.
It's probably because we all went back to school, right? So
Yeah.
like we actually weren't as free as during the summer. I mean, during the summer we went probably at least once every 2 weeks. Like
No,
and
like
like
literally that summer I saw you guys so much. But even yeah, when school started, because I went back to school too, so I was only working on the weekends really.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's always nice that they let you just work on weekends. Like it's hard finding a job that only like if you only have weekend shifts available. But yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, speaking like at least you kind of have the choice of money versus happiness, right? Like I think we talked about our co-ops before, but my co-ops were pretty low paying. So it's not even like I really had a choice between like choosing money over happiness. But luckily for me, like in every job that I've had so far, like I worked at like a car wash, like analytical chemistry, like Walmart, and like I've never actually hated any of my jobs. They've always been fairly like, I mean, there's bad parts of it, but generally, like you said, like
Mostly Walmart is the one, isn't it?
yeah, but like I always liked my coworkers. Well, I wouldn't say I liked my coworkers at Walmart. Like I liked some people, and I liked my boss at Walmart. But yeah, I mean, there was definitely some coworkers at Walmart that I thought were just not like they were bad people, but like it is what it is, right? Like where they're just there to work. Like they're not even happy there, but it's like you have to do something to live, right? So it's like
I
I
mean,
don't
like
blame them.
some of those people are actually working there as like
Yeah, like full
and
time, like
that's
it's their
their
job.
job, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I imagine the staff at Walmart is so big you probably don't even know everybody who works there, do you?
Yeah, and it's also I didn't even know anyone's name really, like besides my boss,
Hmm.
because it's not like I could talk to other cashiers, right? Because A, we were actually working, because there's always somebody there, right? And like if you don't have someone, chances are someone else has like a line, and then we always staggered our breaks, right? Because you're not gonna have all the cashiers go on break at the same time, right? So there'll be like two or three cashiers on break, and like chances are they're not gonna be people you know.
Was there actually like a break room?
Yeah, there's a break room at the back. It's and honestly, the thing I hated the most is if you had an 8 hour shift, you get an hour break, but it's like, what am I gonna do with my hour break? Like, just sit in the break room, shop at Walmart. Like, they're literally like, there's like nothing for me to do in that hour. There's just, but yeah,
I mean, can't you leave Walmart?
yeah, but it's a low heat, right? Like, where am I gonna go? Like, I grabbed bubble tea sometimes, but it's still like, and it also made me feel bad because I was getting paid back then. Minimum wage was like 10 something, and I got like $1 above, so I got like $11. And then I could go buy bubble tea, and that's like $7 or something. And I was like, okay, there goes like more than like half an hour's worth of work. But yeah,
Yeah. Also, I just remember your Walmart story about how you were supposed to sign people up for like credit cards or something. I just think
this
that's
is so fun.
funny.
Honestly, that's why I think why I really liked my boss was I think I also told you we had scans per minute, so like how many items you can
Oh, yeah,
scan
you
per
did.
minute. That
You were
was
really proud of yours.
yeah, I was like 20 scans per minute, dude. Like that's top quality.
What did
I
you
think
say average was?
like around 12. But I think a lot of people didn't care about their numbers too much. Like you just needed to get around 12 and like they wouldn't get mad at you, I
Oh,
guess.
so if you actually got below, they would get mad at
Yeah, because
you?
that means you're slow. Like you're not doing your job properly, right? But then yeah, I think I signed up like four people on MasterCards like in my entire like I think so I think like Walmart is like my longest job I think that I had previously because my calls were all 8 months and 7 months, and then I think I worked at Walmart for like 9 months. But yeah, in like those 9 months, I think I signed like four people up for Mastercards, and like it's also just impossible because when you're when you're trying to get the people out, right? And you ask them for a Mastercard, and if they say yes, now everyone who's waiting in line has to wait for like 10 minutes. You can just feel that everyone hates you. It's just like okay, like, and it was only $4 for every person you signed up, so it's not like a huge bonus to sign people up. But yeah, it's tough.
But didn't you also say like someone stole one of your MasterCard sales or something too?
The freaking we have like customer service managers, right? My understanding was if you have someone and you ask them if they want a MasterCard and they say yes, and it's really busy, you can call one of those customer service managers and they'll come and they'll take them to like an empty till and then like just sign them up on the side. But obviously because you made the sale, right? Like you get to do it. The girl came and she's like, "Oh, do you want a MasterCard?" And I'm like, "Yeah, these guys want a MasterCard." And she's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And then she starts selling it like she was selling it. I'm like, "Dude, I already sold it. Like they just want to sign up." But like it's $4, so like it wasn't like super angry, but I was just like, whatever, man.
So
Like I was
she
just
literally took it.
yeah, but it's like honestly, whatever. It's four
I
bucks.
mean,
Like
it's
I don't
still
even.
annoying that they did that though, but
Yeah,
also, so did you just like ask people as they're checking out, like, oh, do you want to
I
sign up for
used
this?
to
Oh,
in
and
the
then you
beginning.
stop.
Yeah, because there's just no point. Like every time someone says yes, also like I'd say maybe like 50% of the time it doesn't even work out. Like because they need another credit card first to sign up, and then like you need to call somebody and like type in all their information, and like chances are they don't qualify, or like there's just something wrong with their card. So it's just like whatever. Like,
Wait, you're supposed to do all that when you sign them up?
yes,
What
that's why it's
the heck?
ridiculous. And like, it's one of those things where like I just don't understand why they think we can do that. Where it's like when you have like three people waiting in line, that like I'd feel comfortable asking to sign someone up. Like the most sales I got was during back then. There's an express lane, so like there's 6 cashiers in one line, so you can just call the next person, right? So like if you're signing someone up, like other cashiers will take care of the line, so it makes sense. But when you're on like the not the express lane, it makes no sense at all, because it's like you're just making everyone wait. Everyone hates you, and it's like, okay.
I thought that like all they needed to do was fill out the form and then you can
Oh
just
no,
take that form and that's your
it's not a
sale.
form. You have to like actually type things into like the machine and stuff. It's a huge
Into
pain.
your till?
Yeah, like it was like it's like a small computer actually, your till.
Wow.
Or it was calling. It was just a lot of it was
Oh
just
wait, you know what? I got a question. So at Walmart they sell like groceries like vegetables, right? Do you have to memorize all like the different codes or whatever for
yeah.
those?
You don't have to memorize it. We had like a little cheat sheet where you can like scroll and look, because like there's no way you memorize all of them, right? But after a while you just get used to it. Like yeah, bananas are 4011, green peppers are like 4065. Like it's just like
Oh wow.
things that you just slowly remember.
But then like aren't there's just so many different fruits and
Yeah, but
vegetables.
like not like there's very common ones, right? Like after a while you just get used to it. And also like apples and oranges and stuff, they have a cheat where like the sticker tells you the number, so you don't actually have to memorize it, because like you can't like, I mean, I'm sure some people can tell the difference between like a Red Delicious and like a
Yeah.
Honey Crisp and stuff like that, but like I'm like I don't know, right? Like it's not like I'm like some sort of apple expert, so like yeah, well you just read the number on the sticker.
Ah, wow, insider knowledge.
I mean, now there's a lot of self checkouts, right? So you have to search up your own vegetables and stuff.
Yeah, but the people who check you out don't get that option. I always just see them like punching in
Yeah,
random numbers and
because
stuff.
they're probably pros. Bananas are 4011, and that's like everyone buys bananas. It's like crazy. It's like the first one you ever like remember, because like everyone just buys bananas.
Wait, so okay, did you end up saying if you would trade money versus happiness
I said I
because
don't
of
have the
money?
option because I've always worked low paying jobs. But yeah,
No, but
what
in
about
the future, like, do you think? I mean, because like from my personal experience so far, I wouldn't be able to do something that I hate that much as like long term.
I just feel like there's not a lot of things that I actually hate. I think it'll be the people, if anything. Like if I had to work with people that I just were not compatible with,
Yeah,
I don't think I could do it for the money
yeah,
unless I needed that money. Like if I had a family and everyone was
yeah.
counting on me, then okay, fine, I'll do it. But right now, if you told me like I get paid like 60K a year, but I'm filled with people that I just absolutely, or not even like I absolutely hate, or just I don't get along, or I don't want to talk to people, then I'll probably say no, because why would I put myself through that when I don't need to?
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're saying now. I guess we'll see what happens in a couple
Yeah, 5
years.
years from now when we sell our souls to like corporate.
I actually hate the whole corporate world and how, you have to be very careful and it just seems very like calculated and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And if you want to move up, you have to be somewhat of like a kiss ass and stuff. And it's just
Yeah.
kind of, I don't know.
Did I tell you? So when I was teaching today, I had to take in some extra students because Monday was a holiday, right? And like they'll send me emails and like ask for my Zoom link, so I'd give it to them. And one person was like, "Oh yeah, I heard you're such an excellent TA." I'm like, "Dude, there's no need to kiss." Like you're really, it's just like I don't know you. Like you could, like I'm gonna give you the link no matter what, right? It's not like I could have said no. So it's like, yeah, whatever.
Real keener.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it about money versus happiness in terms of jobs. We'll see what happens in our lives over the next
Yeah.
few
At
years.
least I hope I get the option to decide. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You know what, though? I think job search is also a weird thing. Like, it's crossed my mind, if I'm applying for jobs, it is kind of weird because at this time, I'm not applying for one specific role, like a
mhm,
software engineer, where I really have a good idea of like ballpark what I should be making. And
yeah,
like if I did get an offer, if it's too low or too high kind of thing.
yeah.
Right
It's
now,
too
I'm
high. You're
like,
like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I cannot perform at the salary you're giving me.
I would take it anyway and just
Yeah.
be like, yeah, you're
No,
stuck
like
with
that's what
me
I'm saying.
now.
It won't ever be too high.
Well, no, like it'd be higher than average, right? And I'm not saying you'd say no, I'm saying you'd be getting compensated more than you're worth. But now that
Okay.
I'm just applying for things across the board, it's weird because I don't really have a good sense of what the salary ranges are and what's good and what's bad. And I kind of feel like, I mean, if I am jobless for a while, I might just take, whatever comes my way.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't really know. I guess we'll see. But
There's also that website, right? Like
yeah,
Glassdoor.ca
I
or
mean,
something.
there is that
It gives you
stuff.
like a small ballpark. Do you know what I mean? Like at least you'll kind of know. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like how much should I be making? I'm hoping seven figures.
Seven figures? Seven?
I don't think there's any scientist in the world. Okay, probably there's got to be someone out there, but I doubt anybody makes that much. At least in the science field. Like
That's
I don't
tens
think
of
anyone.
millions of dollars.
No, seven figures is $1 million.
Oh,
Like six figures. Like I would want to be at least in the high five figures, because, and obviously in like Canadian or USD, not like in freaking Zimbabwe dollars or something.
I mean, yeah, goal is at least like the goal ideally is eventually six figures.
Yeah.
Seven is unattainable, Matthew,
You could be a
realistically.
CEO. You never know, Katie. You could
You
be
could be
the
a gamer, Matt, a pro gamer. You're
yeah.
already showing the
Yeah,
signs of
my
a
wrist is already breaking down, but maybe I got like a good year in me.
I guess just over the next few years we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully we'll both make millions of dollars. You can fly me out
We
first
can treat
class.
each other, Matthew.
Yeah.
And then I guess our next sort of thing is what keeps you motivated. Motivation's a hard thing, Matthew.
Okay, so just why it's a hard thing is Katie stopped, like isn't running as much as she claims.
No,
Well,
I
not that
have
she claims, but
been.
like you
I
said you
just
didn't run at all this week.
I didn't. I've only been running once a week, but the week hasn't come to an end just yet. I have until tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's my last
yeah,
day. If I fail tomorrow, then yeah, I messed up.
but yeah, and you need to do 6 runs, so you got to have at least 1 or 2 weeks where you do 2 runs that week.
Yep.
I believe. Like seriously, don't let me down, okay? I'm this close to cutting you out
Oh
of my life.
God, Matt. Ugh, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I'm serious. Our last podcast is gonna be the last time I talk to you.
but we're supposed to go on a double date eventually at some point.
Yeah, eventually, if we're ever all in the same city, we will. Okay.
Otherwise, maybe we can have a virtual double date.
I don't think they would enjoy it as much as I think we would.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
I, it's always weird also on like online. It's not like I could be talking to you and they can be talking to each other at the same time. So like in person, like I could be talking to your boyfriend and you can be talking to my girlfriend at the same time. But on Zoom, you can't do that because there's just too much noise. So like, yeah, I just don't think virtual double dating would ever be a good idea.
You know what though? That actually reminds me of my boyfriend. At his work, they they used to do a weekly happy hour, but
Yeah.
now that things are working from home, apparently they're still trying to do a virtual happy hour, but it's really dumb because so at the real life happy hours, it's natural when you get enough people to break off into like little
Mm-hmm.
groups because it's really hard to have one conversation with like 10 people in it, because like realistically only one or two people can be talking at once, right? So in real life happy hour, what happens is people form off into these little side conversations. But with the virtual happy hour, it's super dumb. Like my boyfriend was telling me, like he hates it because only one person can talk at a time. You can't have two people. It's going to be overlapping. So everyone else just sits there and only one person can talk. And it's just like, what is the point of this?
It's also like, it's harder to tell when they're done talking. Or like if it's your turn to talk, when there's so many people, right? Everyone has their own opinions and it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll wait until this person's finished. But then someone else cuts in. So it's like, guess I don't get to talk today.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to...
Let's keep this episode short, okay? So let's pump through these topics, okay? What keeps you motivated?
That's what we were talking about, but we got sidetracked.
You sidetracked us, okay?
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. What keeps you motivated? I find it hard to stay motivated.
I like to think like, at least for me, like sometimes obviously I'm also unmotivated and I don't want to do anything, but not that I have a perfect image of who I want to be, but like there's certain, not like, there's like certain morals, but also certain characteristics that I want in the future. Kind of like when I picture like Matthew at age 28, like who is he and what he's done. That's like kind of like my goal, and that's what keeps me motivated. Like at 28, like will I have my PhD? I think I will. Like realistically, because that's like 5 years from now. So definitely by then, I hope I have it. I hope I have a job. And like, it's kind of like everything that I do is to try to get that goal. But yeah, I don't know. It's also easier to get motivated when like you actually like what you're doing. And also I think the people around you are also like very important.
You know what? I think I just sort of, from just thinking about it now, I think it's hard for me to stay motivated in general, but it is easier to be motivated when you're actually striving for like an attainable goal, like within reach, like a short-term goal. Like the big ones, like you are working towards, but it's just like, it's going to take you forever to get there. And when it's such a big goal and it'll take so long, it's hard to stay really immediately like motivated towards it. But even with exercising, right? Like you and me, like when you were going to the gym, I'm sure you had like short term goals of like, oh, I want to get to this weight that I'm lifting. And then like once you get there, like it feels good and that keeps you motivated to get results and reach your goals.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Over the last few months, I've been very up and down with motivation and following.
I mean, like I feel like there's some weeks where you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna do this, and you actually like you fixed up your resume, you did it, like you were working out a lot, and then like now there's like just weeks where you're like, yeah, you know what, don't know what I did this week, but it's over.
Oh, you know what I did? Well, I mean, there's no point in saving it for the end of the episode. I'll just say it now. You know what I did today? I spent $3,000 because I paid for my car insurance, and also I paid. No, no, I haven't really been shopping for 2 months or something. Like I haven't really been shopping, but no, literally paid my car insurance today, and I also paid off the approximately $1,000 that I owe from income taxes from last year. So yeah, I'm out about like it's just over 3,000, I think, today. God.
Yeah. Well, I paid for the down payment of my new place, so that's $4,000.
Wait, why is it so much?
Because 2 months rent plus $200 for the key deposit. Dude, it's tough living. It's expensive.
We're both poor. Today's not a good day for us.
Yeah, that's okay though. I'll make it back eventually, maybe.
I mean, yeah, money comes and goes, right?
Yeah. That's why I TA, even though I don't like it. Well, it's not too bad.
I mean, yeah, at least you get paid very handsomely for that.
Yeah, that's true. If I could get paid how much I get paid for TAing as like a normal, so we get paid $46 an hour.
Yeah, that's
If I could get that as
insane.
like a starting, I'd be happy.
How much is that in terms of like an annual salary?
Probably like around 80K, like after, or like maybe
Ah,
even like 90K. Because of like,
that's a lot.
well, okay, we definitely don't make like 90K a year because we only get to take like 70 hours a semester. So it's like not a lot, but
Yeah, let me see.
it's
Usually
like,
it's 8-hour work weeks times 5 days a week, so that's like 40 hours a week. So yeah, okay, that's like 2 weeks of a normal.
yeah, that's okay.
So then I guess why do we do the things that we do for school and work? And what's the end goal? I don't know.
I think the end goal for life is just to be happy, right? Like no matter what, at the end of it, like if I'm not happy, what's the point of doing anything? And I guess once again, I think I can say that because I don't have anybody who depends on me, right? Like if I had kids, I would have to work for them. So like even if I'm unhappy, like hopefully they'll give me happiness, right? But like at the same time, like I'll just have to. I feel like I not that I'll lose happiness, but by losing freedoms, like I can't just like go to Japan for fun. Like I feel like that would make me less happy, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, you're
Well,
making a weird face.
yeah, because I don't know what you're saying either. Isn't I think it's everyone's main like life, like ultimate goal is to be happy. Like I think that generally everything that I do, I don't know, it's everything that we do as people in general, is to like is striving for that happiness. So like all the choices I make are to, you know, try to be happier.
Yeah.
I feel like, with how humans are though, like we sort of talked about this before, right? That, as soon as we get what we want, we always want more,
Yeah.
kind of thing. I don't think there's ever really going to be a point where you're like, okay, I'm happy enough. I don't want more. Like I couldn't be more happy.
Mhm. I'm
Um,
hoping when I die, like I hope I would like on my deathbed, I'll be like, you know what? There was obviously stuff that I could have done differently and could have done better, but at the end of the day, like it was a good life. Just like
yeah.
I hope at like the end of the day, even when I do die, I'll have like time to process it. So like no, I'm not gonna die by like a car crash and like I'm just gone. Like I'd want it to be like I don't know if I'd want it to be like cancer or something like that because that might be like a long drawn out battle. But like I just want to know like you'll have like a month left to live, and then I have like a month to wrap everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't always happen that way,
Yeah,
but I get what you mean. And then you have time to like reflect, right? And stuff like
yeah, and
that.
like you have time to actually like spend time with your family and be like just to wrap everything up, like the end of your life, like it's over.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, do you think right now everything that you're doing is like you working towards happiness and stuff?
yeah, I think so. Like at least I think oh, you're just waving a fly, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think what I'm doing right now is to pursue like that happiness. I think like I came to Mississauga because I wanted to be in like the best school. I wanted to like yeah, I think this is the path. I mean, I'm sure there was other paths for me and like it would have been I would have been happy either way, but I'm
Because
hoping
of
this
your
is the right
theory of life.
one. Yes, that's next episode, you know?
Yeah, we already planned it out for once.
Yeah. I mean, that's because we only have like 2 episodes left after this one. And the last one's going to be like a happy slash death episode, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right, but anyways.
Okay. I don't think anything we say sounds right.
Um, no, but like, do you think you will reach a point where you're just gonna be like, I am so happy, like I am just satisfied. There's nothing more I want. Like there's no further happiness I could attain.
I hope so. I think like, I mean, I don't know, right? But I assume it once I become like a grandparent or something.
does this hinge on your thing about like, oh, I want to have a kid because I want to see if like unconditional love is a thing kind of thing?
Yeah, like not just that, right? It's just that once I have a kid, right? They're gonna grow up, and then once I see them have their kid, it's kind of like that's my job, right? They were successful, and maybe they're not gonna have a kid or something like that, but I just think
And
around
then they'll
that time,
fail. They'll be a failure to your evolution or whatever.
yeah, just fail like like billions of years of evolution. Like
Yeah.
you literally had one job and you failed it. But like jokes aside, right? Like I just feel like when I get to that age, I probably would have already peaked, if that makes sense. Like career wise, I think I would have already done the best. I don't think my best work's gonna come when I'm 65, right? I think my best work would have already passed, so I think I would be accomplished there. Hopefully, I have kids that are accomplishing things, and then it's like, okay, well, I'll have my little garden, and then probably still be playing some league, and then end it off there.
You know, it's super weird to think about. Like for you and me both, like eventually we both want to have families and stuff. It's so weird. Can you? I can't imagine right now.
I
Like,
mean, do you think you'll get married before I graduate? Probably, right? I mean, assuming
no,
everything
I don't
works
think so.
out.
Like
I
with
mean,
my
3 years.
current boyfriend.
No, I mean, yeah, okay, but yeah, like let's say you and your current boyfriend date for 3 years. I think that would be plausible, right? Obviously, that's a very long term thing to think about, but he is older. You
I
are
guess
going to
that's
school.
possible.
You could move in with him right now.
That's unlikely.
I mean, I'm saying do it. September, we'll both move in with.
We just got back together, not moving in. What the heck?
Yeah, no, I'm just joking. Obviously, like, but yeah, I mean, I think maybe I'll go to your wedding.
You have your speech ready?
Yeah, already. I already got the first. No, I'm kidding. If I do get to speak, don't worry. I'm not gonna say anything dumb, right? Like,
Like, I'm not gonna say.
yeah, no, like there's so many things I could say, but I definitely won't say any of those.
Um, yeah. I mean, I guess I never really thought about it. I guess technically it's possible, but that would really like 3, 4 years from now. But that would really mean that like it has to work out with him probably because
Yeah,
if it doesn't, then yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
yeah.
Um, it's weird to think about though. Like I literally, I can't imagine me being like 50 and having a family and like it's
50 is
so
kind of
weird.
far off, right? I'm thinking more short term. Can't you see yourself 30 with like a kid? Well, actually, I think that's also really weird. Man, I can't even picture myself with a kid. Like my own kid, I could barely hold like my little cousin who's like 2. I was already like, oh my gosh, that's like a whole life that's like starting to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also just a weird concept to think about that you can make a human being. Like you can make life. Like it's just weird.
I mean, you're ready, right? You're already taking the prenatal supplements.
Not for that. It's because, apparently um I mean, even though she's not a real doctor, she said that doctor said, like, I mean, I do believe that it's correct that the prenatals are just full of a lot of supplements
Yeah,
that are good for women in general, even if you're
yeah,
not trying to get pregnant or are
yeah,
pregnant. So, yeah.
yeah. Makes sense.
Um, but anyways, like I literally just can't. I guess these are sort of like the next stages, right? Like getting
Yeah,
married, starting a family. I can't
yeah.
imagine it. I can't imagine it at all.
So yeah, I guess like for both of us, right? I envision like I want an independent stage before I get married and stuff. Like I want to move out. I want to have a job. I want to be financially stable by myself before I even start thinking about starting a family. And I think that's why I can't really envision a family right now because I don't have that I don't have that independence. So like, yeah, I'm hoping I can get that before I get married. I don't know. I don't even know if I get married. Ooh.
I think you will, but when you put it that way, at least you are more on your way there. I think still living at home with my parents, I really feel that lack of independence. So I really still feel like a child in a lot of ways. So I'm like, I absolutely cannot imagine
Mm-hmm.
like those next steps. It seems like such a huge gap from where I'm at
Yeah.
now to that.
But yeah, I
Um,
guess it's one of those things where like as you just grow up, I assume you'll get that maturity and stuff. Right?
but
I
at the
think once you
same
start getting a job.
time, people always say like, at least in terms of starting a family and stuff, right? People are like never really ready or
Yeah.
whatever. You're never really ready. You'll never really feel prepared, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You also have to find the other person to start the family with. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about this on here, but I'm actually just curious. Have you talked to like your girlfriend, like with her about that?
about like starting a family and stuff. Like
I
if we're
guess
gonna get
so.
married and stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think we have. I think we're both like at least I think I've made it clear that I don't want to get married until I'm done my PhD, at least.
Yeah.
Because like I want to be financially responsible. Not that like I obviously I still get paid and I still like make money, but it's I would rather it be more permanent. Like I want a job, know which city I'm gonna be in before I even start.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, hopefully it works out. I honestly sometimes I'm just really confused, just because I think right now, like I'm also just trying to figure myself,
Yeah.
like what I want, who I want to be, and sometimes obviously you have to consider your relationship, right? But sometimes I find that very difficult because, like, if I don't even know what I want, like, how am I supposed to plan another variable in my life where it's just like I don't know what's gonna happen, and yeah, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Anyways, you ready for your car story?
Um, no.
Okay, fine, keep going.
Oh, wait, I feel like I was gonna say something else, but oh, I mean, just I guess on the topic of like trying to achieve happiness, do you feel like you know like your very end goal happiness of like everything you feel like you would need to be happy at the end of your life or whatever?
I think like it's similar to what you said, right? Where like you'll just never be happy, right? Whenever you get something, you'll always want more. Right now, I think I would be happy if I mean, okay, not like right now, but I mean in the future when I have a family, like what I envision that family to be. Obviously a wife that is like supportive, like we're on the same page most of the time. Like you don't have to be like 100% on the same page, but like someone I trust, obviously. I would like two kids, girl and a boy if possible. Obviously, you can't really decide that. Obviously, my kids will love me a lot, and I'll love them a lot.
Wait. You know the
Okay,
thing about the kids and how you can't choose? Isn't there some science they're trying to pick out genes where you can change
you
things
probably
and
could,
whatever?
yeah, and you can probably choose the gender of your baby
Would
if
you do
you,
it if you could?
yes. If I could, like, if it was simple, if they could be like, oh, we can reduce the risk of like heart disease for your kids or something, because realistically, I think I've said this before, but I'm probably going to die by either heart attack or cancer because it really does run in my family.
Yeah.
If I could easily change that or increase the odds that they'll be okay, I think I would. But obviously, I think it depends also on the price and like the risk associated with that. But the reason why I think you can actually choose the gender of your baby is probably because if you think about in vitro, right, where you donate the eggs and like they just have the sperm, I'm sure you could sequence whether or not, or like just kind of see whether, well, I don't know if you can see it, but you could probably figure out whether or not they have an X or a Y chromosome and then just implant the ones with X. But I actually don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe they can't do that yet. But yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, but like this is a field of science, right? But it's very like polarizing. Like
Yeah,
there's
it's
people
designer
are,
babies.
yeah, designer babies. People are either really against it or like for it.
Yeah. Like realistically, I think there has to be a limit, right? I think if you're doing it because, say, I think Huntington's disease or something,
Yeah.
like most people will die before they're like 30 or 40 or something like that. But and that one's I think a one base pair mutation, or like sickle cell anemia, where your blood is like a weird shape, so you
Yeah.
can't carry oxygen as well. Like those illnesses that can be easily fixed, I think might be worth it. I mean, I think there are technically some advantages to sickle cell anemia. I think like certain people, like they catch malaria less or something. Like there's some weird correlation. But like, yeah, I think if I could do that, then maybe. But if it's like, oh, I want a kid with like blonde hair and blue eyes or something, then I think it's like, okay, like you can't pick your kid, right?
Wait, but what exactly? Yeah, no, I wouldn't do the like no, you can't just like change exactly how
Yeah.
they look and literally why don't you just go make a doll at the mall or something? But
Because
you can't like
yeah.
anyway, but wait, what are the issues with sickle cell anemia?
Your blood is like in the shape of like a
I know
sickle.
that,
It's
but
like
like what issues does it cause you if you have
poor
that?
oxygen delivery, so you don't carry oxygen as well as like regular
So
red blood
like do you
cells.
have a hard time like being able to do physical activity and stuff like
I think
that?
so. Like you can definitely still survive with it, but like you just have difficulties with like exercise. I think.
Oh. Anyway, I cut you off. What were you saying about having a family and having kids and being able to? Oh, I think you were saying like,
I definitely want like two kids, boy and a girl. Ideally, a house, I think, or at least like a townhouse, a car. I'd want a nicer car if that makes sense. Like it doesn't have to be like a BMW or anything. Like I don't mind if it's a Corolla or anything, but just like a newer version. Like I don't want like a 2001 Corolla kind of thing, and a nice job. You know, a job that I'm actually passionate about. Ideally, I think I do want to like be a team lead at least. So like have some people that work for me. And yeah, I mean, I think that will make me happy, but who knows? But yeah, what about you?
um, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's different sort of categories or like aspects of life. Like career is one of them, and then the other one's like romantic slash like family life. And
Mm-hmm.
then is there something else? It's not just two, is it?
Like, there's like job,
That's
I guess like
career.
recreational stuff. Like I'd want to travel.
I guess maybe three categories then, but like, yeah, my long-term goals are, yeah, similar to you, right? Like, find my
Copycat.
person. I feel like, 90% of the planet is similar,
Yeah.
but, like, find my person that, that we both,
Notice how she said person, ladies. If you
no! Find my guy, okay? um, my significant other that I want to get committed to and like married to, and ideally spend the rest of my life with and not get a divorce. But
yeah, that's also a goal. I don't want a divorce.
see, I say that and people laugh at me like, what the hell, your goal is not to get divorced.
That shouldn't be your goal, right? But yeah, I hope I find someone that I could be with forever. Or I don't
Yeah,
know,
like I
whatever.
just want to find, I think it's rare statistically, like divorce rates are very high, aren't they,
Yeah, they're getting higher, right? But
with corona?
not not with Corona. I think it's just
Oh, just in
uh,
general, like
yeah, because
really?
back then it was a sin, right? Like monogamy, like you have to be with one person and one person only. But yeah,
Oh,
at least that's what I
um
think. I don't know. I'm not religious, so
well, neither am I, but anyway, like, find that person that I want to spend the rest of my life with or family have a nice house, cars, you know, live
Cars. Wow.
comfortably, be happy with my career. And yeah, I guess like have room for like the fun stuff that I like doing, like traveling or
Yeah.
whatever else. But yeah, do you ever I mean, yeah, I think life is just about like trying to achieve happiness, and to do that you need to achieve your goals, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel now though, or in the last few years, like, wow, I'm really happy or really satisfied with my life?
Oh man. I mean,
Because I feel like I haven't ever just suddenly felt or thought like, oh, I'm so happy right now with my life or how things are.
I think because it's like it's definitely like you said, like no matter what, there's always something that I want. And I think that's not exactly a bad thing, right? I think striving to want something makes you better, right? Like if I was just happy and content with where I was, I don't think I would push myself to achieve better things because like you know what I mean? Like if I was working at Walmart and I'm like, this is it, like I'm so happy. I just want to be a cashier, minimum wage for the rest of my life. Like I think because I want more, like I know I'm not going to be happy with that kind of life. Have I felt super happy? Like I don't think so, honestly. I mean, I think like one of the happiest times I've had recently was probably when I went to Japan with my girlfriend. Like that was like my first trip that I planned out, like that we planned out and actually went on. And that was a lot of fun, you know? Like obviously it was kind of stressful at times, but overall I think I look back on that time very fondly. But I would say like there's been certain situations where I thought I would be really happy. Like when I graduated, right? I thought I would be really happy because like I got my joint honors, I got like scholarships, I got like I just felt like I should have been super happy getting it, but it just felt so empty. And I don't know, like it was just in terms of stuff like that. That's why I think like the happiest times I've been are things that are unexpected. Yeah. Like what would you say is like your happiest moment recently, besides getting back together with your boyfriend
I remember the
and meeting me?
day. Okay, the day I met you wasn't one of the happiest days of my life. Who even knew we would be friends after that?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I definitely didn't.
Yeah, I mean, an unlikely friendship, but anyway.
Really bringing it back full circle. Like, you should have said that in the last episode, you know?
I can say it again.
Yeah.
But oh man, were you like? I remember you texting me the day after or the day we got back together, and you were like, "Can you tone down your happiness?"
Yeah, there's a certain amount of happiness I need people to be at. Like you can't be at a 10 out of 10 because it's not actually that well, I mean, it is exciting for you, but it's like I need you to be at like an 8, you know?
I kind of feel like it'll never be a 10 out of, like, nothing will ever be a 10 out of 10 though, you know
Just
what
wait
I
until you
mean?
have your kid. When they're born, hold them in your arms. I think it'll be
But
like, wow.
babies look kind of gross when they're like
Yeah, but it's
newborn.
your kid. Do you know what I mean? Unless, like you said, right? Like, there's a high chance that you're actually gonna like shit.
Oh
So it's just gotta
God,
be like covered in.
that's
Yeah, I'm not
disgusting.
holding that. Well, oh, here's a question. If you had to choose, I guess like I don't know if they're called godparents, but people that take care of your kids right now. You can't choose family. Would you trust your kid to me? Assuming your boyfriend has no family or friends.
He definitely has family and friends.
Yeah, but like I'm saying from people that you would choose, would you be like right now, okay? Like say you got pregnant next year,
Uh,
24, you have a kid. Would you be like, you know what, little Timmy, I'm giving you to Matthew if I die?
Yeah, I'll probably trust you as my kid.
I guess your choices are very limited if you don't have family.
I mean, I do trust you. I don't know what you take. I mean, I don't think either of us is ready to take care of a
Oh yeah,
kid,
definitely.
but
I'll drop your kid. Be like, have a daycare. and then just never pick them up?
Oh God.
I'm just kidding.
Like I feel like would you trust me? I feel like you could.
Oh man, I don't know if I would though. Notice like your sleeping habits, like everything is just like I feel like I need like maybe in a year if you start like because honestly when you had a job at like even when you're working for your co-op you were very consistent I would say obviously right because you had to wake up in the morning so then I might trust you more and like I realistically think you're gonna get paid enough to take care of my kid but yeah like
Okay,
right
well I'm not
now
gonna be like this forever.
I know but like right now yeah, like if I give you my kid like you guys will be sleeping until like what well, I guess your sleeping schedule is not that bad but I just feel like they'll pick up the worst habits from you where they'll stay up until like 5 a.m., sleep until like 4 p.m.
Anyway, that is literally a godparent though, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
the people you entrust with your kid after if you die or whatever.
I also heard godparents is kind of just people you go to for like guidance. It's not exactly like like their guardian if you die kind of thing. But like realistically, like if I do have a kid now, like I think my parents would take care of them, or like my wife's parents or something. Obviously, but like it's just a thought experiment, you know.
Wait, no, but it's also uncommon in I feel like Asian culture you don't really appoint godparents. Like that's a white people thing, isn't it?
Oh, I actually wouldn't know. I thought it was like a legal thing. You have to.
Oh, I don't think you have to.
Do you not though? Like, what happens if both parents died and your kid just goes to the government then?
An orphan, yeah, that's what orphans are, Matthew.
But that's if no one takes them, right? Like I think there's like okay, let's say you had a kid and you didn't say who would take care of them, right? I think your parents would be able to be like, no, I'm taking care of them because like they're related, right? Like they won't go straight to the orphanage and then they have to fill out the paperwork to like take your kid,
I
right? Like
don't
that's
know how it
yeah,
works.
I don't know. I hope there's like a first, not like a first come first serve, but like like if your parents want to keep your kid, then they could. But I guess that's actually weird. Like, would your cousins be able to do it, or like would your sister be able to take it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea how it works.
Yeah, I mean that's hopefully far away. Like that was just a thought experiment. I don't want a kid.
Right now.
Like even honestly, if you had a kid and you're let's say like your parents couldn't take care of it, your husband's everyone like and you're like, Matt, I need you, like I'm or like in your will, it's like you need to take care of my kid. Maybe I would take care of it, but like financially I could not afford a kid. I could not like my lifestyle right now, I eat at like 8 p.m. I mean, it's better now because I only go to the lab 9 to 5, but like I just don't think I could take care of a kid. Like I just don't have the time. And I couldn't hire a babysitter because I wouldn't have the money to hire.
Yeah, we're both not in a place in our lives where we could be taking care of babies, which I really can't understand the like there was that show, right? Whatever, like the 16 and like
Yeah.
the moms when they're 16 years old, and it's just like I'm literally 24. I think I'm more well off than these people are, and yet
Yeah.
these freaking like children have children of their own.
I don't know, man. I mean, I assume like you just have to, right? Like if I had a kid right now, I'd have to take care of it right now. Like I don't at least I hope like I'm not the person who would just like dump it and like
Hmm.
run away. Like I hope. But yeah, I don't know. Like I just hope I don't have a kid anytime soon.
Yeah, no, neither of us are planning that
Yeah.
right now. Later, way later. But, you know, in terms of like, I think you asked me the happiest day I've
Mm-hmm.
had in recent times. I do feel like it's not like I haven't had happy days,
Yeah.
but it's just like, well, I mean, like last weekend, Sunday was a really fun, like I had a lot of, like, it was a good day, like with my
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I feel like despite certain days being happy, there's at least at this time, there's always something that's, you know, making it not like a 10 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like with my boyfriend, despite that day being really, really good and like I had a lot of fun and I was really happy. And like I am happy with him. But like even then, I've been telling you there's been issues we've been putting off talking about that we need to talk about. So like even for this specific thing, like it's not perfect. There's still it's not like, oh God, I'm so happy, like nothing
Yeah.
could be better. It's just like there's always something.
Yeah, but I just think no matter what, there's always gonna be something. Like I think the only reason why I'd say like in Japan I was actually happy was because I left everything behind. Right? Like I wasn't thinking about too much. Like I was literally going there. I didn't even really think about expenses because I already thought about that before, where I had like $100 a day kind of thing. So it wasn't even stressful because it was like I already spent that money, right? So it's like I just did whatever I wanted. But yeah, I don't know. And honestly, Japan's just amazing. Honestly, everyone's so nice. The food is delicious. I mean, I love Japanese food, like any Japanese food, and I probably eat it. Maybe
I
not
want
like
to go
natto.
one
Natto is the
day.
one thing I don't eat. But like,
Oh, I heard that's good for you. I've never
yeah,
tried it.
but it. I hate the smell, and I haven't tried it in a long time. But I, I just hate the smell so much.
Um, so I mean, I guess the best we can do is just like have days where we feel pretty happy, but there's always going to be something.
I guess that's just life, right?
It's kind of depressing. Maybe there will be one day where it's just like everything's perfect. Like maybe our wedding days or something.
Man, I think that would be like a stressful day. I think the honeymoon would be perfect. But I think it's also one of those things where you know that YouTube channel I told you to watch, like Kurzgesagt or
Yeah.
whatever? They had a video on dissatisfaction.
Okay.
And the one thing, well, the thing that they focused on to counteract dissatisfaction is like when you're just not satisfied with life, even though you should be, was just gratitude or like be grateful for things that you have. And sometimes it's really hard to be grateful, right? Because especially if you think your life sucks, like it's hard to think that you have so much kind of thing. But the thing they recommended was to keep like a journal, like a gratitude journal. Like every day you just write a couple things that you're super grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's supposed to counteract dissatisfaction because you just realize like I'm actually grateful that I have like my boyfriend. Like I'm just grateful that I have my sister to always talk to. And that's like when you start thinking like that, it starts making you happy because you just instead of focusing on like, oh, we still haven't talked about those issues, right? It's like I'm happy that he's there, right? And I don't know, like I don't have a gratitude journal, but every now and then I do like to think back. And it kind of goes back to like what keeps you motivated, but like I just kind of like to think back and like I know I'm only who I am today because of the people that I've met. And I like to think back and see like who actually affected me in a positive way. And at least in my mind, like thank them. Maybe I should actually do that in person, but like, but yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Maybe in 5 years we'll have had a couple days where we're just like we're so happy.
I'm hoping, yeah, I mean, yeah, at least you are happy some days, right? Like I think there's always going to be a little bit of doubt, but
I mean, like we
take the
said
win.
before, right? Ups and downs. It's constant, like ups and downs.
Yeah, I think it's like you never appreciate what you have until it's gone. And also like if you've never been sad, you're never going to be happy either. Like if you don't know how bad it can get, you won't know how like if every day is good, then it just becomes normal. It's like you do need bad days to make your good days feel better.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess really quickly, my
I
car
don't think
started.
I think we need to cut this episode. I don't want to edit that long. I have to mark so much like stuff. We didn't even talk
Okay.
about your life really. Like we can do car story another day if it even happens.
Um, I mean, maybe next episode, and you also wanted to throw that other story in there. I guess we
Yeah.
can do that next week.
Yeah, and then we'll just talk about life again. And I think that'll be a good episode. I don't even know what we talked about today. But yeah, no. What happened this week? I think
Well,
you briefly
for
mentioned it.
one, like we're recording this episode earlier than normal,
That's
like
true. It's
2 days
Friday.
earlier,
Yeah.
2 3 days, and we recorded the last
On
one
Monday.
late.
Yeah.
It's
So it's
really
only
been
been
a
like,
short span, but today, I think I mentioned it earlier in the episode, didn't I? That I dropped like 3 grand today because I had to pay
yeah.
my car insurance and my income taxes. And yeah, I mean, I applied for my last month at least of the CSB, the student benefit or
Oh, yes.
whatever. So, but definitely net negative
Well, yeah.
despite that. And then I don't know, didn't really do a lot this week. Yeah, haven't really worked out a lot this week. I need to run tomorrow,
Are you still
and
wearing your Fitbit?
yeah, but not well because especially this week I haven't really been exercising,
Mhm.
so I don't wear it as much. Definitely not super anal about it like I was when I
Whoa,
first got
whoa. Keep
it.
it PG-13.
That is PG. There's
I don't,
different meanings for anal. God.
no, no, no. I think you can't even say that word. It's like you don't say, yeah, like, it's just like a swear word. You know what I mean? Like it's not PG-13. It's not.
No, doesn't it just mean, I mean, I don't know how it's defined, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean
but
when
it's
I
like,
say
it's
it,
just
right?
words you don't say in a PG-13 movie.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I don't know. There's got to be words you can't say, and I think that's one of them. But anyways,
Well,
keep going.
is this PG-13? We're
I
both.
like to think it's PG-13.
Okay, well, anyways, and I mean, I was just hanging out with my boyfriend on Sunday.
Yeah. So like my week, I mean my 3 days, I guess. Generally I get Thursdays off, but I decided to take Friday off instead, so I didn't actually go to school today.
Oh,
That's
I
just
didn't
mainly
even know
because
that.
I had to TA from 1:30 to 4:30, so I'd get more time if I went on Thursday. Um, our lab's been open for 9 to 5 now, but we have to wear the mask like all the time, so we just have to have that freaking
Oh,
like
are you
disposable mask.
actually wearing it now? Because
We
you
have to
weren't.
because I think I told you we got a warning previously because we had too many people in the lab at the same time. But now we got it approved for 4 people at the same time. But we're already on like their watch list apparently. So like we have
Why?
to.
Did someone report you or something?
I'm sure someone reported us like because we at least my prof said that we got a warning. So yeah, now we're like following the rules to like the T, the dot the I's and cross the T's. But yeah, like so we've been wearing the mask and it's tough. It's also just not like it's obviously the mask makes sense, right? You should wear it. But I'm under the impression that if one of us catches like coronavirus in the lab, we'll all have to self-isolate anyways, just because we're working in such close proximity. Even if we stay 2 meters away, if one of my lab members get it, I just feel like we would be shut down anyways, like our entire lab, just because no matter, even if you wear the mask and stuff, we've just been working together for like 8 hours that day. Like to me, it just kind of defeats the purpose, especially because sometimes I hang out with like one of them outside of lab, and obviously we're not wearing our mask the whole time, right? Because yeah, but I don't know. That's kind of my life. And then once again, TAing, a lot of fun watching videos with the kids.
And Matt invited me to his last couple tutorials, sort of. But wait, um, you're allowed the 4 of you in the lab now, 9 to 5. But what about? Don't you guys have the extra undergrad
Yeah, that's
girl?
why Thursdays I get off because like we
Oh,
do
so
have a
one of you
rotation.
switches out. Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
but then on weekends where the undergrad's not allowed, or at least she doesn't have. Um,
Wait, so it's 9 to 5 every day now, or 9 to 5
yeah,
Monday to Friday?
9 to 5 every day. We're allowed to go in, so it's not like we have to go from 9 to 5, right? But yeah, I think I'll go 9 to 5 because once I move downtown, I'm only gonna work weekdays. I'm not gonna try to come in on the weekend, especially Sundays. Sundays is like the bus just doesn't come. Like the bus comes
Mhm.
like every 40 minutes instead.
Like the shuttle, or
The shuttle's actually closed for fall. Like there's not gonna be a shuttle bus, so it's gonna just be like the regular buses.
are you gonna be able to get to school?
An hour and a half on like a good day, I think.
But then, didn't you say it's also two different transit systems and the thing with the shuttle
Yeah,
that you didn't have to pay? So now
but
do you
at
have
least
to?
right now they're compensating us $20 a day to,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. So that's good. But who knows? September will be interesting. I'm planning to take the first week of September off actually. So help my girlfriend move, and then, well, not really help her move, but like just kind of set everything up, right? Like buy pots and pans, maybe buy a
Uh,
couch, do
and you
all like
said you
the,
got your internet set up already, right? Or something?
well, at least I think I know what company I'm going to buy it with and stuff. So I just need to actually buy it.
Oh, but then you still, once you do that, you actually have to set up like the router and everything. I think
Yeah,
some
but
guy has to come install it, don't they?
the thing that I've looked at, they say you don't need to have an in-person install, like to install it. Like, I
Like
don't
you
know
can do it
how exactly it
yourself?
works. Yeah, I think because I'm gonna live in an apartment, right? That apartment already has like something, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I mean, like, because I know my boyfriend, when he moved into his apartment last year,
Yeah,
he still had to have some person from the internet company like
yeah,
come set up the router, and then I don't know what he did, but he
yeah,
had to come set it up.
but yeah. At least from the website, it says that I wouldn't need anyone. Like I typed in the address and everything, and they're just like, you won't need.
Oh, well, good luck, Matt.
Yeah, I hope I have internet, man. I think internet is just something like if you don't have, it's just
Can't live without it now.
yeah.
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 Um,
I think that's all we have for today, right?
yeah.
Motivation. Unless you have some motivational words, give me your favorite quote.
I'm not the person who has lots of quotes. It's you.
I don't know, just name anything. The journey of a thousand miles begins with a single step.
Or
You
it's
know.
not about, is it? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Those are inspirational.
All right. Well, I guess that wraps up episode 11. We've got two left. Hope you
I can't
enjoyed
believe how long we
listening.
actually talked.
That one, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And technically we this is even like shorter of a time span since we last talked than
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah. I think next episode or the next couple episodes, well, next two episodes, I think they'll be fun. Just recap and like just talk about
Can't wait
happy
for it to
stuff.
be over, right?
Nah, I think it'll be nice.
Yeah. It is weird though. What was it?
Can't wait for. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, hello. I was just gonna say, wasn't it like 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago when we were just saying like, oh, we thought we'd never run out of things to talk about, but then we sort of did. But then today is like the opposite again, and we're just like talking a lot.
I think that's because we talked very recently, didn't we? Like we talked. Oh no, it was the day after you got back together with your boyfriend, or like 2 days after. So it
Maybe,
was just
yeah.
like
Yeah,
we
it's only
talked
been
very
like 2 days or
recently.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this time it's only been like 4 days.
yeah. I don't know. Well, it's always nice to talk.
Yeah, anyway, our friendship's not ending. I told you it's not ending until one of us dies.
But like what I was going to say was that I can't wait until we don't have to use Zoom anymore. At least my internet's been super buggy recently, so there's just a lot of freezes and pauses. But
Maybe we can still do a once a month thing once you are settled in with your girlfriend
yeah,
and in the fall or something, and she can join
yeah,
in.
we'll keep in touch. Maybe send you a letter every couple months. Like we could be pen pals.
Okay, anyway, that's our episode on motivation. 2 episodes left, counting down. Summer's almost over.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. If anyone is, it's probably just us in the future, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.